Hey guys, welcome back. The Soup's here. So we just today's video we're going to be coming down to the Thrombolites. So I've just rocked up and I just heard a whole bunch of kookaburras laughing at me. I didn't do anything funny, but they were making fun of me. Anyway, so we'll roll the intro and then I'm going to head down, like I said, and show you guys the Thrombolites, and I'll take out the drone. These are the Thrombolites here, guys. So these things, apparently 3.5 billion years ago, I think it was, these little guys down here helped to make the oxygen, well, made the first oxygen that we're breathing here right now. So before that, there was obviously no oxygen. The skies would have looked a hell of a lot different than they are now. There'd been pink skies and all sorts of different things. So the world has definitely changed a hell of a lot because of these guys right here. So like I said, they were the first things that ever made oxygen into the atmosphere. So we owe quite a bit of a debt to these guys, as if they weren't here, we wouldn't be here. So these ones here are about 2,000 years old. The little sign is saying that these Thrombolites look like little rocks, but they're ancient forms of microbial communities. So inside these are, you break one apart, which we won't do, but if you break them apart, they'll have little tiny microorganisms living inside of them. That's why they're called Thrombolites, because they're named after thrombosis. So thrombosis is clotting, so basically it's just a bunch of little tiny holes and things like that inside these Thrombolites, and the creatures live in there. So they produce energy from the sunlight, hence why they're all up the shore here. They basically obtain the calcium carbonate in the water. So this water is actually less salty than the sea, but it contains a lot of carbonate, calcium carbonate. Yeah, it says here they're 2,000 years old, 600 million years ago, the ancestors of Thrombolites. So the ancestors of these guys, so these ones weren't the ones that produced the oxygen, because they're only about 2,000 years old, but their ancestors before here were the ones that made the oxygen needed for oxygen on land to exist. So you can only find them in a few places in West Australia. So I know there's these ones which are here at Lake Clifton, which we're pretty proud to have and look after and sustain it. So as you can see, we've got this platform, so no one actually will be able to walk out onto these Thrombolites and kill them. So kind of rambling a bit, but we're going to get the drone out and we'll fly it over and try and get some nice footage. So we'll see how we go. There we go, guys. Just took the drone out for a bit of a fly and got some pretty good footage. How beautiful it is this. Like, it is just so peaceful and amazing. There's just nobody here. It's so calm. It's a nice warmish sort of day today. The birds are out, the ducks are making their little squawking and flying off in the distance, and it's just absolutely beautiful place to be out here. If you ever get a chance to come down to Lake Clifton, like I said, I live in Dawesville, so it's only 10 minutes down the road from me. If you get a chance to come out, it is definitely worth coming and checking out these Thrombolites. These are just, it's just awesome. Like, you know, these things, 2,000 years old. And like I said, the ancestors of these helped produce, well, pretty much made the oxygen in the atmosphere. So that is a pretty big thing for these prehistoric things. You can see them there. You'll notice too, like some of these, most of these are not active anymore, so they're dead. There are some that are still alive, and you'll notice ones when the tide goes out, you'll see like the white calcium-y build-up that happens on them. The reason why most of these have died is the all the algae bloom. So there's a lot of farmlands that have recently built in probably the last 20 years along this whole waterways here, and obviously their poisons and stuff that they put on their farms leach out into these waterways, and pretty much it's causing algae, which is killing these Thrombolites. So get down here now whilst you've got a chance to see them, because one day they might be all gone. I mean, these might still hang around, but they're getting covered in algae, and soon one day they're just going to be part of the sea. So with the water level rising too, that's not helping. So when the ice age melted, they reckon that this formed from the ocean. So this little bay, this little lake here was what was left over. So the water receded and went down to the ocean, and it left a bit of a dune, which is what you can see here in the background. So just on the horizon over that dune is the ocean, and so this is just one big pool of water. So this is where these Thrombolites are thriving and living down here. So yeah, it is a bloody beautiful spot to be. Look at it, so peaceful. The little wagtails flying around. You can see them. Yep, they're saying hello. And the water's like glass, which is perfect for the drone flying. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful spot to be. So come down, come check out Lake Clifton, Thrombolites. I've got to do a bit of a shout out to one of my subscribers, and Chris Masters, if you're watching, peace out, stay moist, moister than an oyster. Anyway, that's my video for today. So if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and I will catch up on the next one. We're doing some rabbit outdoor survival videos at the moment, which we're trying to catch some rabbits, so look forward to seeing that one. Quick question: if you come down to the Thrombolites and you're going to see a boardwalk like this, are you going to step down here? You see all these footprints, a whole bunch of them. I know some could be from wildlife rangers and the people who take care of this place, but they're not going to be sporadically walking everywhere. They're just all through here. So, can you do us all a favour, and if you're going to come down and visit the Thrombolites, please stick to the tracks. There's no need to walk off the tracks. They're only rocks. There's no need to get right over the top of them. In fact, it's a way better advantage point being on top of these boardwalks and the platform over there to check them out. So yeah, could you just do the right thing, guys, read the signs and stay to the tracks. Anyway, that's my little whinge for the day, but other than that, I'm glad you liked this video, because it is a great little spot for us to come down, bring the kids. But it is just an absolutely beautiful spot, nestled here in the Melaleuca trees. You can see here some paper bark and eucalyptus trees, and there's a bit of a nature walk you can go down. I think it's a 2-hour trek down, so we'll do that. Alrighty guys, we're back in the car. That was the video down here at Lake Clifton Thrombolites. I didn't mention before, but this section of Thrombolites are about 20 k's long. So if you're going to come down, they do have another walkway, a bit of a walkway that you can take down the track. Like I said in that other video that I probably put before this little outro bit of it, but as the where I noticed all the footsteps, footprints in the that was off the trail. It's a bit annoying. Like I said, if there's a trail there, there's a wooden platform for you to walk on. There is no need for you to walk through the mud, slide through the mud. What, you're gonna go grab a rock, or I don't know what you're doing, or I don't know why you need to be down there, but just stick to the trails. There's the 20k 5k round trip, which takes about 2 hours walking. That doesn't have a boardwalk down there. I watched a video on YouTube the other day about these Thrombolites, and one guy went down there. He was doing the right thing at the start. He went down on the trail and went onto the boardwalk and shot his video and whatever else. But on the second part of it, he went down the trail, and as soon as he got to the trail, he walked straight into the water, straight up to the Thrombolites, and was filming the Thrombolites from there. It's a big no-no. You know, these things are prehistoric, and they need as much care from us as we could possibly give them, hence why they've built these things. So the rangers and things like that down here can't control it too much. They're actually in the process now of making up some more signs, so to stop people from doing exactly that. So if you learn anything from this video, is to hopefully stay on the chosen path. And that's not just in life in general, but in this place at Lake Clifton. So there's a path there for a reason, so stick to them. Anyway, that's enough whinging out of me, guys. I did my shout out before to Chris Masters, and Noah, if you're watching, peace, stay moist.